So that was enough for them to calculate better while that was leveraging them to have a 24-point score in that event. And in addition to the earlier 54, that will be just getting them now where they are at 78. Just picking 21 was just enough for him to patiently wait for his new machine to come and battle with the boys. And in the earlier pre-interview I had with him, he told me, I accept these cars are made to race, and my car is non-comparable to the R5s that were running ahead of him. And indeed, he's having a package for them in the next race that is in Rwanda.
But what are our chances with 3
the chances are still, it's not done, not yet done until it's done. Why I say that, Patel ultimately needs to have back-to-back wins all out. Patel, if he's to count himself closer to the title or winning. Because if I give you...
So basically we have one hand on the title.
We have one hand on the title, but we have now the second hand after just picking the crucial 21 points, because being in second, and the 2 Ugandans, if they will go calculative and knowing how better their car performance and their strategy working in well, we can't miss to have a champion out of the 2. We are likely to have a champion out of the 2, Jazz and Yasin Nasser. That's well if they strategically go well in calculation of their running on the road, and 2, if their cars respond to as better as they can. Much as Karan will be ultimately, because Karan says, I'm ultimately wanting a win. And if he wins the last 3 rounds, that will mean that he will be in a total sum of 150. And if I give you closely that if Yasin is lucky enough also to push for a second all out in the last event, he will be at a tie with Kalan, 150. Yeah. So that alone will definitely deprive us a win of the African title, because Kalan will be the best winner. But if all goes well, none of the 2 Ugandans get too much hungry to be closely on the podium. And I know somewhere at some point, if all it needs us Uganda to receive that title, I would advise the 2 boys to, if Jazz can can go and pick a win from the last 3 rounds, let Yasin be a backup and pick a second place. But that's out of play. But this is happening in WRC. It happens.
You talk about how much money is invested in this
sport,
and I don't see that happening, because everyone is putting in hard-earned money. It's millions, billions perhaps, but it's hard-earned money.
Faith, let me tell you this simple thing.
His tire can take care of you for the rest of the year.
You know?
Well, when you look at the calculation of how much money is these guys fetched to put into the sport, it's high, very high. And I will not, if I was the team principal, say in the wake up of tomorrow, they tell you, Frank, you're the team principal for Team Uganda going into the ARC last rounds. Yes, it will be so much paining if to call off a shot for a top runner who is by, say, Yasin, to tell him tone down for just to pick that win. It will be calculatively hard. But if the worst gets to the worst, Uganda needs this win. We need this title at all costs. So it will be so much of a deprival if our own don't leverage on the advantage they have against each other to have us a title home. Who last won this title in 1999? Way back. So we need it home.
Yeah, Charles, like he has brought it up, Charles Muhanji was the last Ugandan.
No, not last. We still have chances.
I know, I'm saying the last, because now we are looking at
previous.
I mean, I don't know what you were doing in 99, but I know still, learning my, plus signs and all those things.
You'll get there.
But in any
Time
case,
is not constant.
In any case, Charles, what would this mean, for the average Ugandan rally driver? I mean, Muhanji, God rest his soul.
In peace,
he died in 2018.
Yeah.
Has been gone close to 5 years, and there hasn't been any movement in terms of anyone getting to this point. So now we are in a situation where we could very easily actually win an Africa Rally Championship. What does this mean for the 2 teams that think they have a chance?
They don't think they do have a chance.
They do have a chance. Don't think
they do have a chance.
And Frank said that we still have a hand on the title. So
we actually have 2 hands on the title. Being with the 2 front runners who are Ugandans, we still have a hand on hand.
But I support Arsenal. I know what having your hand on the title is. Could very easily disappear overnight.
Is the world round tournament.
Just to answer that question, rally is one of the most supported sports in Uganda. So it's a big deal for many Ugandans.
Oh yes, true.
If Uganda were to win this title,